we all care so much about Nicki Minaj, making sure that she's safe and that her finances are sound. Tasha K alleged that Ra Ali is a scammer and a madam who is engaging in trafficking of women and boosting. So she's currently still scamming allegedly, which is why she wrote her infamous letter to Nicki Minaj recently, and that DeAndre was the one bringing Ra Nicki's credit card to use. Nicki accuses Khadijah, someone who was a former Barb, of getting access. Well, Nicki probably gave her access to her Apple ID and passwords because she was an assistant responsible for updating her social media and who knows what else. But allegedly, Nicki claims that Khadijah gave Ra access to those accounts, which is how Ra got access to Nicki's credit cards. Tasha K says that's why you'll see Nicki Minaj deactivating her Instagram a lot so that they lose access, which doesn't make so much sense to me because I only really remember Nicki deactivating her Instagram, once recently, and it's still currently deactivated as I'm recording this video. So going back to Khadijah, Nicki hired Khadijah to be her assistant. Rob befriended Khadijah to get closer and intel to Nicki to get more intimate details. Because my question was, how does Rob come up with $30 million? So now, as it's been a couple of days of me watching Tasha K over and over and over to understand this and come and put this together for y'all, it makes a little bit more sense than it did, even though 30 million is a noticeable number, even for someone in Nicki Minaj's tax bracket. Tasha K alleges that Khadijah was furious when Nicki fired her. She even stole suitcases with millions of dollars worth in Chanel products like Chanel bags, belts, shoes, etc., and told Nicki that it was stolen from the airport. Tasha K alleges that the people going to prison are Desiree Perez, which is interesting because it's just like Desiree Perez. Like, she didn't even talk about her or say anything interesting. So it's like, how do all of these people tie to Desiree Perez, Rock Nation? And like I said in previous videos, are these two different Ricos? Because Nicki was talking about Ricos, like in terms of the bigger industry, like Jay-Z, Rock Nation, TDE. But this could also be a Rico because Nicki Minaj is pushing for Fed time. Tasha K says that the feds are currently investigating Dej, and Nicki is pushing for Fed time for her unless she flips and gives information on Ra Ali and their whole scheme, plot, and operation to take down Nicki. Nicki says she cut ties with Ra when she found out about the trafficking. Man, I have so many thoughts about this, seriously, because I don't know if I really believe all of this. Because Tasha K says that Atlantic and Nicki had a really good relationship before Ross stepped in. Now, once again, you would have to sort of like really dig into Nicki Minaj's discography during and around the time of 2015, 2016 to see, was she working with Atlantic? Was she doing features? In what ways, like, was she trying to get deals with Atlantic? Like Tasha K said, it's crazy because with the not altercation, Deej threatened Nicki's cameraman Grizz to not release any footage, and Nicki didn't know that. So more people that are going to prison, once again, Desiree Perez, Ra, DeAndre. Nicki also alleges that there are doctors, lawyers, business managers that are going to prison and that have been a part of this whole plot as well. And we can't forget about Candace. Tasha K says that Candace has already done time, but what does that mean? She works in healthcare as a nurse, but we have not learned much about Candace yet. So people on Twitter are saying the fact that 30 million was even able to go from under her nose is ridiculous and enough to make me doubt the credibility of that. I have to agree because it's just really ridiculous. Even if it's over time, because if we add up the numbers that Nicki Minaj is alleging taken from her or owed to her, 200 million from Jay-Z plus 30 million from Ra and her people, that's $230 million. And honestly, I feel like that's right around what Nicki is currently worth. And why did it take her so long to notice this? And most importantly, like, why now? And honestly, why didn't Nicki vet Ra more? Do background checks? Does she do background checks on the people that she hires and keeps around her and stuff like that? It's also common, I think, for people of Nicki's status and tax bracket to give their friends, family access to their finances and or credit cards. So that part is understandable, including employees. But even if you do give them access, why that much? Why is there not a limit? If I were Nicki, I would put a limit on a card of, I don't know, 200,000, 500,000, up to $1 million. We would have to have a card and an account with a limit. And it's sad if it is true that there are business managers and accountants that were a part of the plot, it is hard to trust people on Nicki's level. Now, she should be doing audits regularly and having several accountants. Just so you guys know, I'll definitely be investigating this more on my Inside Thoughts tier on Patreon. Here are some of my recent uploads to Patreon. I talked about a dream. I had a dream that I got hired at Rock Nation. It was super crazy. We also talked about Nicki's recent tweets regarding Republican support. And even me being so desperate for Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla to beef. Ooh, and one that I would really love to highlight is I talked about the difference between Zach Campbell and Armand and how Armand Wiggins helps my emotional connection to Nicki. So definitely consider joining us over here on Patreon. If you join my Inside Thoughts tier for $3 a month, you get unlimited and exclusive access to all of my uploads, whether they're free or my Inside Thoughts, which will always be exclusive to my insiders. On Patreon, I do want to discuss the conflicting stance between Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z's and their long-standing relationship, how she goes from loving him to all of a sudden hating him, while having so much documented evidence of her praising him. And I will get into what I believe to be the real reason that Nicki Minaj is now putting Ra Ali on blast via Tasha K. We will probably also continue to discuss the newest revelations about how Ra sabotaged Nicki's relationship with Atlantic Records, allegedly. Because, I mean, come on, this is crazy, guys. All this time, we've been thinking that Atlantic wanted to take Nicki out because she was just that bitch. But if you're telling me that it was motivated by something else, somebody who Nicki called a friend, is this not breaking news? Do we not have to unlearn everything that we thought we knew about the hate train and during that time? Are you telling me that Ra Ali is stronger than the labels? She has more cachet in Hollywood than an A-list celebrity, international superstar, and phenom Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I'm gonna need help believing this. No shade. So thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you for getting to the end of this video. If you did, come and join me over on Patreon because I'm going to get into some more tea and notes over there. Be well.
It's your girl Vina Love, the Harlem Princess, your favorite princess, and this is Destiny Villa.
Period.